Alright, let's be real. Some football clubs would be nowhere without their superstar carrying the team. Imagine Real Madrid without Bellingham or Inter Miami without the GOAT, Messi. It'd be a whole different story. So let's dive into 10 clubs that lean so hard on one player that they'd be lost without them. Let's check out who's keeping their teams alive. Starting at number 1 is 1. Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City. Look, Rodri may have won the Ballon d'Or, but honestly, Manchester City are nothing without Kevin De Bruyne. Without him, City don't really look sharp, and they're way less dangerous. De Bruyne is that guy who makes City's whole attack flow, pulling off those insane passes and setting up chances for Haaland and the rest of the crew. I mean, he's one of the best playmakers in the world, maybe even the best if you think about it. Even in tough matches, he's always the guy pushing City forward, making the impossible passes and scoring when no one else can. Whenever De Bruyne's injured, City just feels different. Last season when he was out for a bit, you could tell City struggled to create the same amount of chances. Yeah, they still have crazy talent like Foden and Bernardo Silva, but it's like De Bruyne's vision and leadership are what bring it all together. His assist stats speak for themselves too. He racks them up like it's nothing. Plus, he scores some clutch goals when City need them. No cap, City would be a whole different team without him, and Pep knows it. That's why even though my man's already over 30, they're still not letting him go. The next player is a former City player, Cole Palmer. 2. Cole Palmer. Now, Cole Palmer at Chelsea, this guy has been a straight up game changer for them. Last season, he was basically the saviour for Chelsea time after time. Like, who else was putting up consistent performances when the rest of the squad was struggling? It was Palmer. That crazy win over Manchester United? Palmer. Those 4 goals in the first half against Brighton this season? Palmer again. This guy has shown he's not afraid to take on the big moments. Remember that penalty last season against his old club City in the 95th minute? That's ice cold. Chelsea's attack revolves around this guy. Every time Palmer's on the field, it's like he's creating something out of thin air. Without him, Chelsea's offense just doesn't hit the same. Last season when he missed that game against Arsenal because of illness, they got crushed 5-0. It's like Chelsea forget how to play without him on the pitch. I can't lie, Palmer's got that special something that Chelsea needs to function. And it's kinda crazy that he's already making such an impact at such a young age. If he keeps this up, he could be one of the best players in the world soon. The next player on this list is the GOAT. 3. Cristiano Ronaldo, Al Nassr. CR7 man, this guy's a football legend carrying that squad when he's already getting close to 40. We're talking about the GOAT here, and Al Nassr's whole game plan pretty much revolves around him. He's not just a finisher, he's the one leading the attack, pushing everyone forward and showing that killer instinct he's had his whole career. Even though he's playing in Saudi Arabia now, he hasn't lost a step, and he's still out here scoring goals like it's the Champions League. The crazy part is though that even though Al Nassr has some other decent players, Ronaldo is on a different level. When he's not in the game, you can see that that fire isn't really there and they lack that killer instinct. But when he's there, it's like everyone raises their game, and the fans, they live for those Ronaldo moments. Let's be real, Al Nassr's profile shot up the moment Ronaldo joined, and he's proven he's still got it. Without him, Al Nassr would be missing not just a goal scorer, but also the hype and energy he brings to every game. Number 4 is 4. Antoine Griezmann, Atletico Madrid. Griezmann at Atletico is the absolute engine of the team. I mean, when you watch Atletico play, he's the one making everything happen. Whether it's scoring or setting up plays, he's always in the thick of it. The dude's work rate is insane. He's defending, creating, and scoring, literally doing it all. Atletico just don't function the same without him, and it's like they know it too. Griezmann's been crucial to their success, and he's the one guy that makes them a threat in La Liga. It's wild, because Griezmann's not even just about the goals, it's his presence. He draws defenders, creates space for others, and has the vision to unlock defenses. And Atletico's style? It's all about hard work, pressing and counter-attacking, which suits Griezmann perfectly. He's been at the club long enough to understand exactly what's needed, and without him, it feels like they'd lose their identity. Atletico might have some solid players, but Griezmann is the heart and soul of that team. No cap, without him, they'd be struggling, just like Bayern would struggle without a goalscorer like Kane. 5. Harry Kane. Harry Kane and Bayern Munich. Yeah, I know he's new to the team, but he's already their main man. Bayern has had this issue of not having a reliable striker since Lewandowski left, and Kane has filled that gap perfectly. He's not only scoring but also dropping deep to help out, link up play, and give Bayern that extra edge. Even in their last Champions League game against Barca, which they lost, Kane was the only one who showed up, scoring their only goal. That says a lot. Kane's style fits Bayern's system really well. He's clinical in front of goal, smart with his movements, and has that vision to set up teammates too. And let's be real, Bayern has always had a main man up front, Lewandowski, before him Müller, and now Kane is that guy. If he's not in the lineup, Bayern look lost in attack, and it's pretty clear they need him to dominate in the Bundesliga and in Europe. Kane may be new, but he's already carrying the weight of Bayern's hopes on his shoulders, and he's delivering. Number 6 on this list is 6. Jude Bellingham, Real Madrid. Man, Real Madrid hit the jackpot with Jude Bellingham. This guy arrived and it was like he's been there forever, stepping up as if it was his team already. Bellingham's been so clutch for Madrid, especially when Vinicius Jr. was struggling with injuries. With Karim Benzema leaving for Saudi Arabia, Real Madrid really needed someone who could deliver in front of goal. And Bellingham filled those shoes big time. He's scoring left, right and centre, setting records that even legendary players like Cristiano Ronaldo didn't hit in their first 15 games for the club. The funny thing is, he has an insane work rate, but Bellingham also seems to have that it factor, where he steps up in critical moments. Ancelotti had to manage him carefully, as he's been dealing with minor injuries, but even with that, he's managed to be a consistent scorer and playmaker for Real Madrid. Just imagine Real without him, they'd be struggling to compare with Barca. Bellingham is their heartbeat right now, and Madrid are lucky that they've got him. Another football GOAT, this time it is 7. Lionel Messi, Inter Miami. Messi in Miami. It's honestly a whole new level of impact. When Messi joined Inter Miami, you could feel the excitement everywhere. Even though he had some injuries and missed some games, when he played, he was basically carrying the team. They went from being a team struggling at the bottom of the table to winning the League Cup, which was their first ever trophy, and they qualified for the Club World Cup. Messi alone dragged them to the top, and he improved everyone in the squad. Inter Miami crashed out of the playoffs recently, but let's be real, the only reason they even got close was because of Messi's influence. When he's on the pitch, you can see the difference. He's still pulling off crazy goals and assists, almost like he's playing in La Liga again. And without him, Miami would probably be back to being irrelevant in the MLS. Number 8 is 8. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool. Mo Salah at Liverpool. This guy is just on another level. Season after season, he's Liverpool's main man. Salah isn't just about scoring goals, he's always a threat, creating chances and just being that consistent presence Liverpool need up front. Even when Liverpool have been through rough patches, Salah's always been the guy who steps up. They've lost some key players over time like Sadio Mane, but Salah has kept his performance up without missing a beat. You take Salah out and Liverpool's attack feels empty. He's the guy defenses fear, and if he's not there, Liverpool lose a lot of their firepower. He's been loyal to Liverpool despite all the talk about him possibly leaving for Saudi Arabia or elsewhere. Without Salah, Liverpool would be missing that spark, that cutting edge in attack, and probably wouldn't be close to the title contenders they usually are. 9th on the list is 9. Bukayo Saka, Arsenal. Saka has basically become the face of Arsenal. The young guy just keeps getting better, and Arsenal lean on him heavily, especially in big games. He's got that magic touch. He can score, assist, and do everything you need from a winger. Arsenal have gone through a rebuilding phase, and without Saka stepping up, it would have been way harder for them to make the progress they have in the last few seasons. With Saka, Arsenal's attack is alive. He's linking up with other players, taking on defenders, and pulling defenders away to open up space. He's got that drive and tenacity that Arsenal fans love. Imagine Arsenal without Saka. They'd lack that creativity and spark in the final third. He's the guy you need when things get tough, and losing him would mean a massive setback for the club. Alright, the last one on the list. Bryan Mbuemo at Brentford. 10. Bryan Mbuemo, Brentford. Mbuemo might not have the same hype as the other guys on this list, but he's been unreal for Brentford. With Ivan Toney's suspension, Mbuemo has stepped up big time, scoring goals and even assisting. Right now he's got 8 goals in just 11 games, and for a club like Brentford, that's huge. They're punching above their weight in the Premier League, and a big reason for that is Mbuemo's form. Look, without Mbuemo, Brentford would probably be way closer to the relegation zone. He's been the one keeping them competitive, and his performances have been crucial in their games this season. He might not get the same spotlight as players like Salah or Saka, but for Brentford, he's just as important. Alright, that is a wrap, guys. Let us know in the comments which superstar you think is carrying their club the hardest. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any future videos like this. See you in the next one.